What's up, guys? After a month flying my Mavic Mini, I have learned a few things, and I have learned for a few mistakes I was making, and I want to share this with you. And these are very basic things, and I think we all jump on direct on more advanced stuff, and I think we should take care of these very small details because this make our footage a lot better if we avoid doing those. The first one is changing the course of your flying. I mean, a lot of time you see this footage in the community and in YouTube when the pilot is flying just through something, let's say forward, and all of a sudden you see the drone is changing the course. That when you see the pilot is moving the left stick, and this doesn't have to be like very big movement, just a tiny bit of this movement, then you right away in this point you know this is it's not like a professional pilot, you know, it's like a amateur guy flying, it's like a new guy flying, and this kind of thing we don't see in more expensive drone shoots in the movies. For example, if you want to get like those beautiful videos and this beautiful footage out of your drone, you definitely should avoid doing that. We get overexcited sometimes when we are up in the air, and then we see something and we want to point to that, and then after we want to point to that, and I think you should be prepared for that. And the other thing is that sometimes the framing doesn't go how we expect, and we know that something is a little bit off, and then we try to correct that during fly. And both of those I think get fixed by planning this actual shot that you will make. I think how I'm doing it now is, if I want the most important in this specific shot is a tree or a house or whatever, even if the flight doesn't start with this in the shot, but I will go to the place with the drone that I want to be, and try to frame this if this will be the most important. Maybe when I'm flying through that point, something will be a little bit off, but if you don't have the experience to do this movement very gentle and very soft and fluid, definitely this will ruin your shot. And I better now, and I try this myself, I better now have something that is not very important off of composition, that trying to fix for everything, because you don't see this kind of movement in more expensive drone shots. My second tip have a lot to do with that, and is about changing the movement that you are coming to. For example, let's say you are flying forward, and in the same time you are going up at the same time, you're doing this kind of movement, and all of a sudden you decide to stop going up, and then the drone do like this and then go like this. I think just there in this point, if you're not very expert, you will get this look and this feeling, and people will know this is not expert guy controlling the drone. I mean, if you are going backward and going down, just keep it like that. This small change on your movement, when it's being taken, if this change would be in the film, would make your footage to look very unprofessional, like very amateur. The third one is very basic thing, but I have seen this in the community a lot, in all around YouTube, all around Facebook, that people are taking care. You can see they spend time doing some grading and some correction and with the music and all this stuff, but they start the clips without movement, and then all of a sudden the drone start moving. It look like they just drop the clip there without trimming, and it look just not good. Like the drone stays, and then all of a sudden you start moving. I think if you want this kind of fluid kind of movement with your drone shoot, if you are no like expert and you can do this very softly, you should trim your clip when the drone is actually moving. The same for the end of the shoot. You don't want to be moving and then the drone stop and then you start with another clip doing another thing. This just doesn't look good, and this is very easy to fix. Another tip that I have is, in the beginning, stuck with simple movement, and I don't mean to try different things and to get better. I'm talking about that. I'm saying that what you are publishing, and if you are doing some video for a friend or for yourself, just don't get overcomplicated, because actually the best drone shoots and the most cinematic drone shoot that you can see in the movies and stuff like that have only one movement at a time, or maybe two. But you don't have to be crazy trying to tilt your gimbal and move around and all this kind of stuff. Just a good planned shot, moving up, moving to the front, and even when you're on the top in the high, you're moving your gimbal slow. Only that can be better if you are planning to do some video for some reason and you want to publish this. I have seen these clips, all the drone moving around. For example, we all want to make the orbit move in the beginning. We all want to fly and move the gimbal at the same time and point it to some subject or something like that. But if you are no practice, you don't have practice for this can ruin your shot too, and you may think something's wrong with the frame rate. This look very like jerky or whatever, and it's because we are not doing it right. And I think you don't need to get overcomplicated. For example, I have been seeing a lot of shoots where you don't have even anything to point to, and just because you can do it, the pilot is flying up, let's say, and moving the gimbal. Sometimes your footage pay a very big price for this decision, because sometimes you see the horizon is moving up or down, and you don't know what's going on. So if you don't have any subject and that you want to point to when you are flying through or you are going up or down, you don't need to be moving your gimbal. Just keep it like that. I think in the range of 10-15 meters, it's no point to be moving your gimbal pointing to something that actually is very far, because sometimes when you have something far than that, doesn't matter how high you go, will still in the frame. And the last tip I have that I think make your footage look very rocky and starter is get out of your frame. And I don't mean if you are planning to do like some selfie or you want to be in the frame for some reason because you are traveling or whatever. I mean, sometimes I have seen the very beautiful shoots and all of a sudden the pilot is there looking down to the control. If you are not part of the plan or the take you are doing, just get out, just hide yourself behind a tree or behind a wall, because this make your footage look very unprofessional and very amateur. First shot that I got that I was proud of, I couldn't publish because there was me, the guy with, even when I was very small, but you can see the pilot there controlling the scene, and this just look not good. It's like having in a movie a second camera in the background and the director says, you know, this is no problem with that. If it's not supposed to be like that, I think you should take care of that, because this make our footage look very amateur. And in general, what I have been learning about these small details is the biggest thing is you need to plan your shoots. And I don't mean plan your day. Maybe you know you want to go to this bridge and you have an idea. I don't mean that. I mean plan your shoots. And this is what I'm doing from this week. I'm planning my shoots. I want this specific take, so I plan. I go with the drone to the place. I try to decide when I want to stop. I want to decide how high I want to be, how near I want to be, so I can simplify my movement. And I can say, okay, if I want to go from this point to this point, I just need to go forward. The thing is, we get very overexcited when we are going to fly. The first thing I want to do is unfold my drone and get it in the air, and then I start shooting like crazy, even when I know what I want. I know what I wanted, but then when I go home, I'm very frustrated because I see all this detail. I see all this crazy movement because I'm overexcited and all around the place. I see myself and the footage that I can use. So yes, plan your shoots and try to make it simple. So if you know you need like a very special movement, okay, but you know that ahead, and then you can try to get this few times, but it's not like you go in there and you don't know what to do, because believe me, this is the first reason that our footage look very amateur. So there you have. I hope this will help somebody, and please tell me what do you think, and if this help, and let me know if any other thing that you think I forgot or I should know, and just share it with the community, and yes, to try to get a better pilot, and to try to get better, more beautiful image with this amazing tool that is available for everybody now. So thank you very much, and see you in the next one.